Oh my god, Shay. I decided to get dressed up as Paul, I guess. This is... oh boy. Just because I had such a good time at the fest that I feel like celebrating, and this is my way of celebrating. I'm officially the craziest Revo. I dare anybody to be crazier than I. March 26th, I went to the Fest For Beatles fans in New Jersey. Needless to say, it was really fun, and I got to meet a lot of people. For instance, I met Carly of the Beatles Scruffs. That was amazing. I think that was one of the very biggest highlights of the whole day.
Carly from the Beatles Scruffs and Shay from the Rebus 9 are together at the Beatle Fest.
Hi everyone!
Hi! Didn't think this was gonna happen. So cool.
I was hoping it would happen because I knew she was going on this Saturday, and then I was going on Saturday, of course.
I was hoping, yeah. And my cousin heard my name called, and I was like, nobody knows me here. Why would they? And then it turns out it was Carly. So we were just thinking about meeting each other here. It's sorry that it happened at that time.
It's right at that moment. I'm like,
exactly.
I feel like I was supposed to meet someone, or I was thinking I was going to meet someone, then I saw Shay walking by, and I'm like, I think I know her.
That was so cool.
It was crazy, and it was really cool to actually meet her. It's like she said, it's kind of like meeting a YouTube star. She's really, really cool. So definitely go check out the Beatles Scruffs if you haven't already, but I'm pretty sure most of you have because they're awesome. We entered through the front doors. My cousin said, "Are you ready to see all the Beatle nuts?" And I was like, "Yep." And the guy behind us was like,
"If you're a freak of anything, this is the band to be a freak of."
I really like that quote because it's so true. We signed in, and then we went down the hallway and looked at some tables that were set up, and Sid Bernstein was there. I didn't meet him or anything because, I mean, what do you say to somebody like Sid Bernstein? There's no commonality between us except maybe our love for the Beatles, but that's nothing to talk about. But it was really cool seeing him up close, and then we went to go see the huge amount of Beatle memorabilia. I have never in my life seen so much stuff. There were old records, autographs that cost thousands of dollars. There were bobbleheads and t-shirts and pens and pins and...
That's frightening.
Anything that you could think of, they've got it. Then I saw this John Lennon look-alike, and I kind of stalked him for a few minutes. And then kind of the rest of the time, but not meaning to, with his Paul look-alike friend. And they were walking around together. It was really cool, and they were buying things, and at one point they were eating dinner together, and they were sitting there talking, and I was just like, wow, that's kind of a cool picture. It's very reminiscent of John and Paul. And then one of the best parts of the whole day was singing Hey Jude with the whole group of people. Just hearing everybody raise their voices and just celebrating their love for the Beatles and that song, it was just fantastic. And in the hallway outside of the memorabilia cave, there were two guys who were playing Beatles songs on their guitars and singing, and they have the most amazing harmony together. check out their YouTube page down below. They're really great, and I think if they saw this video, they might think I'm a freak because I was pretty normal there, and yeah. So I sat with them and a bunch of people for a while and just sang and enjoyed. The only special guest I got to really hear speak, Mark Hudson, was Ringo's producer for 10 years, and I believe he met each of the Beatles, and he can do really good impersonations of them. He took a John Lennon song and did it the way Paul would do it, and took a Paul song and did it the way John Lennon would do it, and I thought that was really cool because there's definitely obvious differences between the two, and hearing that was really cool.
When I see you go by, my oh my, when I sigh, my insides just fly, butterfly. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
He also said a few things that I completely agree with.
If you even look at, try to see it my way, we can work it out. And then John, life is very short and there's no time. And as soon as you heard that, you heard the sweetness of Paul, and then you heard the angst of John. And that sort of taffy pull is what really made them magical. But the difference is, sometimes they loved each other's music, but whoever the guy is that writes most of it gets claimed to who's singing it. But on the Beatle rock band, I kick ass. Because I know all the stuff by heart anyway. But as soon as it gets out of that, when it goes to any other band, I'm Jerry Lewis. And things are flying and wrong. But I think the best part about it for me as a producer, it's opened up a new generation to songs that were incredible from before. So it's not all a matter like, oh, it's Justin Bieber's latest, and bless the Bieber, he's a sperm cell, but he's pretty talented.
He's a really cool guy, and he actually jammed with two Beatles, for a few minutes while I was there.
Small, thanks for coming. They had to count them all. Now they know how many hopes it takes to fill the album hall. And what is it? I love to tell you all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It was awesome, and I didn't catch it on film, but he screamed, "I've got blisters on my fingers," after. And after Mark Hudson spoke, I got to see Liverpool, which is a wonderful tribute band. They are so good. They're not meant to look like the Beatles or impersonate them, but the sound that they create and the harmonies are just incredibly close to the real thing. If you don't care about mop tops or Sgt. Pepper costumes or Liverpudlian accents, then I really recommend seeing Liverpool because it was incredible.
To the bottom, I go back to the
And after they performed quite a few songs, Gary Wright, who's most known for Dreamweaver, came on and played a couple of songs and shared his experience about writing a song with George, which was beautiful. Then Joey Mullen from Badfinger came on, and he was a bunch of awesome. I really enjoyed his performance, and he's made a Badfinger fan of me.
If you want it, here it is, come and get it, but you better hurry 'cause it's going fast.
Lawrence Juber was also there. He was, I think, the lead guitarist for Wings. He's amazing. And then Mark Hudson came on again, and they did a finale of amazingness. It was really, really crazy awesome. Of course, they ended with Hey Jude. That's my favorite song. That's the best song to end with. They kind of played Give Peace a Chance as well, in between the na-na-nas. Of peace and love in the audience really is amazing. Everybody knows the songs. Though I did learn two things while being in a crowd of people for a long time. One, people cannot sing. No, not even me. We all suck. Number two, I hate bald heads. I hate them. They're so shiny and they ruin the show. I suggest getting one of these if you're bald. Not normal. No.